In this video, we are talking about the Brotherhood mutants. We have some leaks to discuss. And are these pre-made teams a good thing or a bad team? All of that coming up. Let's go!
Valley Fire.
Hey, what's up guys? Valley Vine here. I am back. Welcome to the channel. And today we are talking about some leaks from Khasino, from his live stream last night. Now, as with all leaks, these are all subject to change. Even official blog posts and things from the developers have changed in the past. So this even though this information may be 100% accurate right now, it is all subject to change. All right, so let's go and take a look at it. But before I do have a question, and it's kind of an interesting one. How do you feel about all these pre-made teams? Because the meta teams right now, the Defenders and Shield, are pretty much made for us. Now, you could choose one of the extra characters, that fifth spot, who you want to plug into that fifth spot. For Defenders, you could plug either Punisher or Miss Marvel, working very well. And with the Shield team, you have 5 minions and Nick Fury, so you need to choose 4 out of 5, which means one of the Shield minions is sitting on the bench. But they are pretty much built for us, and I am kind of liking that, but I'm also liking the old way that they did things and just releasing these strong characters, and we had to figure out where to put them. One of the things that I like doing was kind of building teams based on different synergies, but it seems like with the recent reworks and some of these recent characters that have come out, not as much fun involved with that. So what do you guys feel about this? Personally, I like the old way better, but I do like the power of the Shield team and the Defenders team when I'm using them in the arena and in the raids and in Blitz. They're just very, very strong, and I kind of like that. But I also like the old way as well, so I'm kind of on the fence. So how do you guys feel? I do want to know before we get into this kit. That is it. I'm still playing on BlueStacks 4, my preferred emulator of choice, so check that out if you want to not just play on your phone, but also play on your PC. All right, so this is from the MSF community link on Discord, on their game data mine and rumors section, and this is kind of a summary of what was on Khasino's live stream last night. I did not see the live stream live because I was actually doing my own live stream, but I talked to him. I went back and I looked at where he said all this stuff, and it looks like Juggernaut, based on the dev blog that we got last week, is the one that is coming first, and he also looks very, very strong. Let's take a look at his kit. His basic will grant ability energy and charges. So similar situation to Storm, where his basic attacking is giving him some charges. All right, we've already been notified that when he is attacked, he will gain some speed bar. Now, the dev blog did say in the presence of Magneto. Let's go back and check that just in case. Finally, Juggernaut's speed bar fills each time he is attacked while Magneto is on the field. His taunt duration is also extended, which turns Juggernaut into an unstoppable force. All right, so that is kind of how his basic will work. His special will be giving buffs based on charges, and I think this is where his taunt is going to come into play. The amount of buffs he gets, I think, is based on the charges, and I think this is what clears charges as well. Possibly give stack of buffs, random single buffs based on how many charges his has. And I think this may be just to him. When I first read this, I thought it was for the whole team, but it looks like it's just for him. And then his ultimate is a AoE based on the charges. The damage seemed to go up, and the charges don't get cleared, which means that he could be a very huge powerhouse in the raids, and if you do have him 6-starred, can be a huge powerhouse in Dark Dimension. So some really good stuff with Juggernaut, looking to be very, very strong. Word on the street is that he is the strongest mutant character. He also has the Brotherhood, Mystic, and Protector tag, so no mutant tag, which kind of holds true to his character in the comics. Good thing. I know there are some iterations that he is a mutant, but I think in most of them he is not a mutant. I know they have different alternate universes and stuff, but I don't read the comics, so that's just what I've heard. Anyway, let's move on. Pyro's kit. Pyro does extra damage per debuff on the target, so you get a bunch of people that are debuffed. He does extra damage. Big attack also gives him speed bar. His special hits primary and adjacent. It flips heals to bleeds. His ultimate looks to be very strong as well. And his passive, he gains focus. He gets extra focus with Magneto. And he gets extra damage once you start to level him up. So he looks like the big attacker on this team. Magneto. His passive gives offense up to villains on spawn, which looks to be very strong because if you have enough of these Brotherhood mutants to unlock Magneto, I don't know why you would not put him in this Brotherhood team. So basically everybody is getting offense up on turn 1. One thing that Khasino was mentioning a lot is that these guys are very strong on turn 1. So getting offense up, getting some of their burst out immediately is going to make them a force to be reckoned with. A random mutant will get offense up, so I guess this really only applies if you're putting him in a team with a Deadpool or a Wolverine, Cable, Storm, any other future mutants. But they will get offense up as well. Who knows, maybe some of the future X-Men characters will work very well with Magneto. And maybe this will fall out of the meta, but this seems to be a very meta team as soon as they are all out. He also mentioned his ultimate. Magneto's ultimate shifts them to each other, and they're all adjacent. So it kind of brings them together. And also blinds them. So makes them very, very weak and makes them very vulnerable as well. I'm not sure if this ultimate will eventually shift around the team composition. So you know how when you place people adjacent to certain targets, well, when they're all adjacent to each other, that's a moot point. But if, let's say I place Black Widow next to Captain America, if that shifts around that order as well, I am not sure. He didn't mention that. I don't know if it was mentioned to him, but that was something that I thought of because that could seriously screw up a team if you have people placed exactly right and the order gets shifted around. This part is not true. He did not say this on the stream. Pyro goes after Magneto before Shield. Nowhere indicated when I went back and rewatched the stream that Magneto is going before Shield, but he did mention the turn order that Magneto should go first, bring them all together. Pyro should go second. He talks a little more strategy when using this team. I will leave that for his live stream, so you do have a reason to go back and watch that. There is a description. There is a link in the description if you want to go that, and it's timestamped to exactly where he's talking about all this information. So if you want to get this from the original source, make sure you check out his link. And as previously mentioned here, Pyro and Juggernaut gain speed bar when attacked. So that is it for the Brotherhood leaks. Big leak right here. Update is supposed to drop on November 1st, which is on Thursday. Now, what they did say about the Red Stars is they would talk about it more in the next blog post. They usually have blog posts on Friday, which would lead me to believe that this Red Stars is not coming on Thursday, which is a good thing because it's caused a lot of debate about the community. I'm kind of leaving it open right now, kind of see how they handle this. As what most people have said, this could be a very, very bad change for the game, but kind of leaning for the more optimistic approach at this time. All right. So back to the game. That is it for the updates. And that leads me back to my original question. What do you think of these pre-made teams? Because it looks like the meta is shifting to these pre-made teams where the devs have figured out who goes with what characters. there's positives and negatives in my mind, and I'm, like I said before, I'm on the fence. So I want to hear from you guys. How do you feel about these pre-made teams being the meta? Because it looks like we have more coming. AIM, Hydra, the Kree rework is already been rumored and talked about. So it looks like we will have more of these pre-made teams. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, please click on that subscribe button. I would appreciate it a lot. Make sure you check out the live stream. Next time I'm doing it is on Thursdays. I do them every Mondays and every Thursdays in the evenings, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. If you want to get in shape, I have another channel. There's a link for that as well, called Professionally Strong. My background is in personal training people, fitness, nutrition. So I talk about that on that channel there. I'm also still playing on BlueStacks. There's Valley Flying merch in the description down below. And I want you guys to remember a few things. Make sure you get the training, the predators, and the vitamins, dude. And I will see you guys next time. Valley Flying out.